or she said you could do 2 Plexus posts to 1 personal. So that's kind of that, and we've all been there with that. Avoid ad type posts. For instance, like, do you want to join my team? Message me today. She said, most people know that. They know to message you if they're interested, in joining your team, or they want a product, they will message you. So they already know to do that. And it just sounds like you're very eager to sell to most people when you come across like that. She also spoke of, instead of giving a website, like at the end, you say, okay, contact me, and then you give your whole website. She said, just go ahead and hashtag your posts, with your website, so that works. Make sure that you're sharing your testimonies, what it was like before Plexus and what it is now, the difference that it's made, giving both. You want to ask friends' opinions and make conversation. For instance, I know several of us did it this week. We asked people, do you take an omega supplement? And therefore, people would comment back. That was really neat for me. I had a lot of people chime in on that. And then I personal messaged them and I said, I know you say you didn't like fishy, so it is all plant-based. I'm like, I'm going to have to try that. So that worked really, really well for me. I love that idea. You want to comment on your friends' posts, and doing so, you want to be genuine and sincere. For instance, like birthdays or anniversaries or just whatever's going on in their life. Just, not just about, Plexus. Something that she said that really stuck with me is seek to help as many people as you can, and your rank will take care of itself. And that's true. I really, really like that a lot. So that's just a really short cap. I'll let you guys talk. I want to take a lot of time.
April, go ahead.
Okay. Now you're really going to make me sound long-winded, Beth.
No, and hey, listen, April, if you have tons of great information, mine could literally be its whole own day. So just go as long as you want, and then we can stop at the very end. I'll kind of go over the Mega X to everybody, and then we can add mine into the next one. So just go for it.
Okay. So in the breakout session for Ambassador to Silver, Sheila Medina, the first ever Diamond Ambassador, talked about the power of 3. And I know you've probably all heard about the power of 3, but she says you could never discuss it enough. And I wanted to show y'all some numbers and stuff. Just to show you, like, I have this graph she gave us. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the graph showing where you are, and you get 3 people and they get 3 people. But here's the numbers with that. If you get 3 people and they're each 5 points, that's $45 for those people. If they get 3 people and those 9 people get their points, that's 45 points, which is $135. And so on and so forth. And she went down 5 levels deep. 5 levels deep, if everybody got their points, that's 1,248 points times an average of $3 Plexus pay points. That's $3,744 a month just on pay points. That doesn't include commission or anything else. So one point she made to the power of 3 is don't rely on your team to do it for you. You have to go. You get your 3, you teach them, let them go get their 3, but then you have to start over and go find 3 more people. So it's not you find your 3 and let them just do all the work. You've got to continue to find your next 3 and work on those 3, teach them up, find your next 3, and just continue, because people are going to fall off and they're not going to stay. So I think it's important to see the numbers and see the reality of what it could be in the future. Then Big Al was there. He was actually the first person to talk. I have a lot to say on him because he was actually there in the general session as well. One of the biggest things he started out with was you have to change the words you use when you're talking to other people. It's not about our products that are the problem. It's our presentation that may be causing us the issue. So he gave us many different little tidbits on how to start a conversation. And he also, in the breakout session, I wish he would have talked about this to begin with, was your subconscious mind is what makes the decision. So when you're talking to a person, it's not them really making the decision, it's their subconscious. So you have to break down those walls and get to their subconscious mind and let that do the work. And he says to do that, you can start off by saying, well, before I tell you how this all works, let me tell you what happened to me. Tell your story, because your story is what's going to bring down their walls, and it'll open for them to trust you and what you have to say. And they'll be, their instant decision is to open their mind and listen to you. Whereas a normal instant decision is, I don't want nothing to do with this. I don't, this isn't for me. So some of the things he says that you can say, to give them, like if you're just in a random elevator with somebody, just start off a conversation with facts. Like, man, it's really hot outside today. That's a fact that you can say. They'll agree with you and be like, yeah. And then you can say a second fact. These long hours, I wish I could have a part-time job, type thing. Yeah, they're going to agree with that. So get them to open up to trusting what you would have to say next. And then you can continue talking to them. Let's see. The next things he says, other phrases I guess you can use would be, one other funny thing he talked about was negative people. He says you're always going to be surrounded by negative people. Not everybody's positive. So to take advantage of the negative and say you're at a water cooler at work and somebody's just complaining about something, about being overweight or eating too much all the time or something like that, to say, well, would you like to do anything about that? And if they say yes, then that's your opening. If they say no, say, well, have you, or you can also say, have you ever considered doing something about it? And then say, well, what else bothers you? And let them continue complaining, and then ask them again, well, would you like to do something about that? And just get them open to hearing what you have to say. Let's see. I have a list of words here. I ran out of time making my notes. Sorry. You can say, to close, words you can use to wrap up a conversation. Well, after you've discussed Plexus, well, what would be easier for you? That phrase would make it rejection-free. They feel like you're giving them an option, that you have their best interest by saying what's going to be easier for you. Would it be to take a sample? Would it be, something like that? And always, he said to always kind of wrap it around to their situation at the time. Like if they have kids in daycare and they don't like their kids going to daycare, you can always bring up, I'm just curious, are you tired of taking your kid to, of course he used harsher words with that, but I think he said warehousing your kids every day. Let's see. I'm just curious was another set of words he said to use. You can use that in a grocery store. Like if you see somebody with a basket full of diet sodas or something, I'm just curious, do you like diet soda? And just start up a conversation. A security guard. How long have you been a security guard? Those kind of things that you can just start a conversation with somebody, which was huge for me because I'm not big on talking to people I'm not familiar with. If they talk to me, I can talk all day. But just to walk up to somebody random and talk to them, that's really hard for me, and I struggle with that. So I loved hearing some of these examples of how to start a conversation with somebody. He said a good soundbite to use anytime is turn your body into a fat-burning machine. When they want to reject what you have to say, well, it's a fat-burning machine, and then they can say anything. Well, it's a fat-burning machine, and just continue to say it until they say, okay. Some of the others, he says to use most people. Most people choose to use this product because of such and such. Because he said most people are going to do what most people do. So if you use the phrase most people, they'll follow that. Would it be okay if most people, I am just curious, well, you know how. Those are his main phrases on conversation starters. And I might summarize this in a written version, but that's a lot of what he had to say. I mean, of course, he used 1,000 examples of each of those. But I wanted to end with Les Brown. He was our motivational speaker at the end of it, who had half the place in tears, but he was amazing. And a few quotes that really hit home to me is, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. And that's huge for me in this, because there's so many times that you get rejected, or they tell you they get tired of seeing your stuff and all that kind of, well, you know what? We're not in this for them. We're in this for helping other people. So I'll just say it again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Another one is, if you do what's easy, your life will be hard. If you do what's hard, your life will be easy. No one said this business is easy. It's going to be hard because you have to actually put the work into it and the time into it to find the people. They're out there and they need it. We just have to be willing to go get it. So just keep that one in mind. And then be a no matter what person. Don't quit. Tell yourself, I'm going to continue to do this no matter what. As many times as somebody turns me down or whatever, just no matter what, give yourself no excuses. You're going to continue to fight for it. And that's all I have, Samantha.
Awesome. Katie's going to say something in just a second, but I just want to build some belief around this group really quick. If you have been in the business and you can pay your light bill, would you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. If you've been in the business and you can pay a car note, would you say yes?
Yes.
If you've been in the business, okay, y'all, these are people who've been, besides April, most of these people, and Katie, pretty much, a lot of these people have been in the business less than 6 months. So y'all can see how quickly this is happening. If you could pay your mortgage, would y'all say yes?
Yes.
How long have y'all been in the business who just said yes?
6.5 months.
Right at 6 months.
And how many hours a week do you think that you put into your business?
Nothing. 5 maybe.
Beth, what did you tell me when you got your first paycheck? When I told you what it was going to be?
No way. There's no way I'm getting paid that much. No way.
She was like, what did I do? Like, she thought she did something illegal because literally like her first paycheck was like $800 or something.
Yeah.
Are you joking? She was like, what have I done?
Yeah, I had to get on the day that we got paid and look at it like 2 to 3 times, make sure. I was like, really?
Yeah. So for some of y'all who are just starting out, or maybe like you've been like, okay, well, I just really want to do the product by myself. I see from your faces, I know who you are, and I know some of you are super hesitant. Like, I'm telling y'all, residual income, I'm not joking when I tell you I can pay my house. Okay, I live in a trailer, so let me backtrack a little bit. Before we were debt free and making radical changes to get you know, to the home of our dreams. I could pay our mortgage almost 6 times right now. And I've been in the business for 1 year exactly. So
Yay.
to just be able to, like, even if it was just like, hey, $1,000, but like, I know that there's people on this call who financially, this has been the biggest blessing in their whole life because God showed up at the perfect time for them. And I'm one of those people. And so, and even though this is a sacrifice for us, God could not have shown up at a better time for us to be able to really get ahead of the game. And we were obedient to what I felt like we were really supposed to do. And it just really has paid off. So if you're hanging in there and you're showing up on these calls, I know that hope is still there. And I just can't encourage you girls enough to post every day. Post those stories and be vulnerable and tell people where you are and why you're doing it and share it with your friends and family, because your pain and your struggle that you're facing, there's someone else out there that you can help. So, Katie, we just have a minute left. No, sorry, 4 minutes. I'm blind. So let's hop over to you. I know you had something to add, and that would be awesome.
Okay. I wanted to piggyback on, and that was a great segue into that, Samantha, because like I said, like I only feel like I really did like 3 to 5 hours a week in my business. And because I had a hard time like wrapping my head around, what do I need to do daily, weekly? What do I need to be doing in order to make this successful? And guys, this business is all duplication. It's been done before. This is what works. So this is what you do. It was specifically stated in one of our sessions by Sheila Medina. If you don't know who that is, Google her, figure out who she is. First Diamond Ambassador, first Plexus Jewel. Sheila Medina knows her stuff. This is what she said. After she finished the Power of 3, she went into the Perfect 10. This is what my goal is weekly. So if you have a pen and paper, write this down. This is great information. It's going to be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1. Okay, your first 3. You can decide if you want to do this daily, weekly, monthly, whatever fits into your schedule. This is going to be what my week looks like now. So the first 3 is share product with 3 people. Share product with 3 people that have not heard about it yet. The second thing, share the opportunity with 3 people. Share the business side with 3 people.
And think about it. Oh, let me just interrupt you really quick. Think about people. Do you have a best friend who's dying to stay home? Or maybe she just had a baby and she's just been telling you how hard it's going to be to go back to work. Maybe you have someone whose husband's just lost his job and really supplemental income would be, really great for them. Maybe it's someone who is struggling with tons of debt and they don't know how to get on top. When you're putting your mind around those things, it's helping you to be able to identify who those people need to be. Sorry to interrupt.
So you're great. Okay. That's the first 2 threes. First 3, share product with people. Second 3, share 3 people. I'm sorry. Second 3, share the opportunity with 3 people. The third 3, share your skills with 3 team members. Once you start building your team, you need to teach them, like April said, how to do the Power of 3. Share your skills, what you know, whether it's product knowledge, whatever you know, share that with 3 people on your team. And then the 1 is you need to go to 1 Plexus event a week or monthly. I know that there are opportunity meetings everywhere. There's an opportunity meeting every single week in my area on a Monday night. And I have the opportunity to go to that whenever I want to. So a great idea would be to invite 3 guests to go to that with you and take 3 team members with you. So that knocks out 2 of your 3s and your 1 for that week. So that's just a really, I kind of just wrapped my head around that. Okay, this is what I need to be doing every week. I have 3, 3, 3, and 1. Every single week, I need to be doing that. That's awesome. I might not get to an opportunity event every week, but I'm going to go at least once a month. Like, that's my thing. And then...
And that could be doing coffee with someone and sharing the opportunity, or doing a play date with someone intentionally and sharing that opportunity, or... saying, hey, I just really would like to do dinner with you. And don't talk about Plexus the first half of the night, but then do it. I want to pray us out really quick. And then, Katie, I'd love for you to write that on our page. But, dear God, thank you so much just for these men and women, Lord, that have showed up, Lord. That thank you for this blessing, this opportunity that you placed in our life, Lord. I pray that every single person, Lord, would give you all the glory for all the financial blessings and the health benefits that they're receiving right now, Lord. I pray that you would open doors that need to be open, Lord, and that you would put people in our lives that we could help make feel better. We love you, and it's in your precious name we pray. Amen. Have a great night.
Amen.
Hey, y'all.